Afa, which like it's hard for me because we didn't really call him Afa. He was our pops, and that was the best experience in the world. We were able to start our journey with a family. We learned the basics. We learned how to bump, and he let's just say he beat our ass for we learned a
Women's
lot.
Wrestling
And
Talk, the #1 women's wrestling network on the planet. Bonjour, you're watching Women's Wrestling Talk, the #1 women's wrestling show on the planet. My name is TK Trinidad, and today we have an amazing show and, of course, nothing but amazing guests. And today is no exception. They are the 5-time WOW Tag Team Champions, members of Fab 4. Please welcome WOW superheroes, the Carlson twins, Lori and Lindsay Carlson, aka Miami Sweet Heat.
We are so excited to be here. We are the 5-time WOW Tag Team Champions of the world.
Thank you so much for having us.
And we're gracing you with our presence today.
I appreciate it. I appreciate
Yes.
it. Now, quick question: how long have you guys been? Like, how many years? Because I'm guesstimating it's like 5 or 6 years. But how many years in total have you guys been wrestling?
We've been wrestling at. A lot of people don't know the total, but we've actually been wrestling almost 8 to 9 years. We started our training journey with Afa the Wild Samoan, and we just been in
2019 or 18.
I believe so, because we trained and we're in the indie scene for about 3 to 4 years before we got our contract with WOW.
We were probably trained 3 years, and we were just about to start taking in indie bookings, and then WOW happened.
So gosh,
we're been a journey.
8-year to 9-year grind. We're coming up on 9 years wrestling.
Nice. Congratulations. Yeah, I didn't want to put too much on it. So I was like, let me just ask, because I was like looking all over the place. I'm like, I don't know what the exact number is. So you guys are about to hit that 10-year mark. With that being said, two things. You just said that you trained with the Wild Samoan. So what was that experience like? And what was like the one takeaway that you still carry with you to this day?
When we started this journey years ago with our trainer, Afa, one half of the Wild Samoans, one of the greatest tag teams to ever step foot in a wrestling ring, him and his brother Sika. There's one thing he taught me that has stuck with me. He said, Lori, don't you ever let anybody come between you and your sister in this business, because family is everything.
Afa, which like it's hard for me because we didn't really call him Afa. He was our pops, and that was the best experience in the world. We were able to start our journey with a family. We learned the basics. We learned how to bump, and let's just say he beat our ass for we learned a lot. And
I got us into professional wrestling because we had finished college basketball. We came out here, started working. We're both occupational therapists in real life. We run a contracting business. So I missed that competitive sports. We did a little bit of bodybuilding and didn't really. I love food too much. God bless them. That's a tough sport.
Same.
So I was like, let me.
Huge respect for them.
Huge respect. So my friend was like, my coach is about an hour and a half from you. He was in Pennsylvania with Afa, and he's like, he's right next to you guys. Why don't you go check it out and see what you think of the wrestling? And we went and watched the training session. I'm like, oh, this is it. Now that we put the down payment down, and the first day I'm like, oh my God, what did we get into? This is tough.
So at that time too, we were, running our business, working 60 hours a week. We drive an hour and a half, two times a week to go train at the Wild Samoan Training Center. And we continue to train to this day, even though we're the 5-time WOW Tag Team Champions of the world. We want to be the top tag team in the world, and we want respect on our name, and we want to keep getting better. And we're ready to dominate this year.
Like, we've been blessed on our journey because we had Afa, and we started there. Had his school WXW, so we got a lot of match training with the school shows. Had a family there, and then Matt Seidel, once Afa school shut down, we started training with Matt Seidel here and Jay Lethal here in Largo.
And he's been really able to take us to that next level too, and elevate us. He's great with technical wrestling and just details. So we're really blessed. We've got to learn from a lot of really talented people, and some of the best in the business.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, the story is incredible. Like, and even kind of talking about your journey with WoW, being the 5-time WoW Women's Tag Team Champions. Like, what is it like to represent the brand and being a WoW superhero?
Listen, I feel David McLean doesn't give us the respect we deserve. I mean, we've had the title. It's our five-time World Tag Team Championship, and we're going to keep these titles. We're going to have a long
nowhere.
They ain't going nowhere. But David McLean doesn't give us the respect we deserve. And honestly, we've beaten all these tag teams at WoW. He needs to start bringing in some people that can level up with us.
But I mean, we feel great to represent an all women's wrestling brand, and the first in syndication. We've been going for 5 years now, and we've started since day one. It's been 5 years, right?
Yeah,
we've been on our fifth season on syndication TV, and I just seen we've grown so much, and we've seen WoW grow so much as a company, and then we feel blessed to be a part of the whole journey.
And it's a great platform for women to show their skills, and there's so many opportunities out there, and it's awesome to see women shine and be the main event. Like, we should be the main event, obviously.
every time. No, but it's been a blessing.
Yes,
it has. And you guys have constantly been together, but there was a moment in time where you guys had single matches against each other. But that wasn't your fault. I already saw through the cracks and all. There were some people playing shenanigans, but some of those people, not to cause any drama, are part of Fab Four currently still. So now, do you approach being a part of Fab Four a little differently than before?
Actually, I think that made us much stronger, and we've realized to have strong boundaries. We don't need an enforcer. We don't need anyone else in our group. We're strong without any of them, and we're better together now because of that. And that match against me and Lori was one of the most challenging matches we had in WoW, because she wasn't in my corner, and we were upset with each other at the time because Holly Swag was manipulating
all these lies. She said this, she said that. I mean,
it was Penelope and Lana were being manipulated, and I think in life that's easy to happen. So I think once we figured out who the bad egg was, it just made us stronger.
And I don't think we'll ever let anybody else get inside our group, because it just causes.
And we don't need them. I mean, look at Penelope's dominating. We're dominating. We all have the championships. Why would we need another person in our group? We're great. It made us stronger as a faction.
And as a tag team as well.
Tag team.
I think having that individual match together, really, after that, our bond grew stronger as a tag team. And I think it actually just brought us to the next level.
As a tag team. And it's like, jealousy is quite the thing. And, there's going to be a lot of people that want to be in the faction because we're the greatest thing going in women's wrestling, but we're not taking any applications. Lana, we're not looking. We're stronger and better than ever now.
With that being said, I mean, obviously five-time champions, but is there, obviously not against each other, but are you guys looking at possibly, going for singles championship after Penelope is done with it, of course?
Penelope's going to hold on to that belt forever, and we're going to hold on to these tag titles forever. So no, we don't, we're a strong faction together, and we're focused on continuing to dominate the tag team division at WoW, and be recognized as one of the top tag teams in the world. So we're working real hard. People are going to start putting some respect on our name soon.
Yeah, our focus is tag. I think it's just, we love tag team wrestling, and we want to continue to grow and elevate our skills in tag team. So, and Penelope's got it under control. That belt's not going anywhere.
Yeah, she's got it under control. She doesn't need any, no, it ain't going anywhere.
Well, speaking of tag team, I really do think tag teams are kind of like underrated. So what do you think is the most underrated part of tag team wrestling that fans don't always notice or understand?
Tag team wrestling, and we were trained by one of the most nostalgic tag teams in the world, Afa Anoaʻi, and so tag team, there's an art to it. It's a psychology. You're working with another person, and a lot of times when these teams you just throw teams together, they don't have what Lori and I have. We've been together since the womb.
There's a lot of timing involved.
It's
communication, the psychology. There's a lot that goes into tag team wrestling. So, when they throw these tag team togethers like Ashley Blaze and Tara Strike, I mean, they don't have a chance against us. We've been tagging our whole life since we were born, came out of the womb together. Like now you're just going to throw some people together and think that their timing, their communication, all that is going to be on sync all the time.
Because we're always on sync, and we've been in sync, like Lori said, since the womb. I mean, if somebody messes with her, I'm coming for you. And that's what makes us a stronger tag team. And I think tag team is just such a beautiful art, and it's what Lori and I are passionate about. And we're going to continue to.
And I'm excited even to see other promotions, their tag teams growing. You know, you got the AW tag team titles. I mean, it's becoming more popular with the women's tag team divisions, and we're excited to see women's wrestling just grow,
continue to flourish. And yeah, I love to see it. We
love tag team wrestling.
What are people like as far as misunderstanding Miami Sweet Heat? What's the one thing people constantly misunderstand about Miami Sweet Heat in general?
I think people think that we're, what would you say, Lori? Stuck up, or that we're privileged. We've never been privileged in our life. We worked our butt off to get where we're at. So when people say that we're privileged or that we haven't worked hard for what we've been given, we earned every single title that we've had.
Yeah.
And that, what I would say is what people misunderstand about us.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah. I mean, since we've been growing up together, I mean, went to college, got our masters, we've been training and wrestling for 8 years. So I feel like, everything that we've gotten, we've earned.
And we put 100% into everything that we do. So
for people to say, oh, they're privileged, they're lucky, they cheat,
come on. We've worked for it, and we've earned it in every championship. We're just going to keep reigning. And I mean, these tag team belts aren't going to go anywhere, and we're just going to continue to dominate.
Okay. And now, how do you balance it? I mean, you just talked about, you're a business owner. You guys are champions. You have to stay in shape because there's a target on your back. So how do you balance all of that?
Well, I'd say balance the hardest thing in our life right now. We run a therapy company. We drive an hour and a half to train every week, and we also train. We have a ring in our backyard that we train in weekly. We train strength training 4 times a week, athletic training.
What helps us the most to try and stay on track is we have each other. When I'm having a bad day, she'll be like, nope, we got to do this. And if she's having a bad day, she'll be like, nope, we got to go to training. So we have each other to bounce off those bad days when you're just exhausted,
and keep each other motivated to continue to grow and get better. I would just say, after a long day of work, it's nice to have somebody say, no, we're going, you want to be a better tag team, we got to go train.
So now the question, it might be a little bit too personal, but like, do you guys live together? Are you guys in the same city, or are you guys down the street?
We are in Miami, and we love the beach.
We currently live in a house together,
and we have a weight room and a ring in the backyard.
So it makes it a lot easier that way, because we can just, go right outside the garage and work out, and the ring in the backyard.
And we have a little sister argument, we can just take it outside.
Like, let's take this fight outside.
I'm sure the neighbors like that. Oh, but yeah, no, we love the Sunshine State. Florida, Miami is where we belong. So we are beach goers through and through.
Yeah. Okay. Eventually, I'd like to have my own place, but right now it works to be together and train. And
you don't get sick of me.
Never.
I mean, Miami is like a big city, so it makes sense. I mean, and then having that partner to bounce ideas off of and also work out, it's just a great balance. Like I often say I wanted a twin or a sister who it's just like just to keep me motivated and keep our children motivated.
It does help.
We're very blessed, and it keeps us going. Like I couldn't have been on this journey without her, because there's wrestling is hard, and it's like there's times,
a lot of ups and downs. You gotta keep yourself motivated, consistent, and it does help having somebody with you to be like, okay,
you can't give up, you gotta keep going.
There it is. Now, if we were to open the forbidden door, as far as tag teams are concerned, who would you like to have a match with, and why?
Well, I think when you think of tag teams, you gotta shout out the Bella Twins. I think that it would be just a dream match to be able to wrestle the Bella Twins, because we're identical twins. They're twins, and they're part of the huge women's revolution. They helped, revolutionize women's wrestling. So that would be a dream tag team match for us. Yes.
We both would have that twin telepathy going on.
Yep.
That would actually be kind of awesome, though. Yeah, that would. I definitely want to see that.
I think too, if you like one of our favorite tag teams of all time is the Glamour Girls.
Yes, blast from the past. So much respect for the Glamour Girls. They respect Leilani Kai, and Jeannie Martin, and that would be another dream match from the past.
And now, I mean, like I said, you've done so many things, including the Beast Games, but also former basketball players, as far as training involved in all that stuff.
I think being collegiate athletes is such a
balance
too, because we were also, in a master's program. We were in full-time school, and it taught you to be tough and to continue to go and grind even when you're tired. And I think that those qualities that we learned from basketball, and we trained basketball all the time too.
So I think that just carried over to wrestling. Now we're balancing careers and wrestling. So it's kept the mental toughness, the physical toughness. I think it prepared us to keep going. And
okay. Now, if somebody studied Miami Sweet Heat as a case study in teamwork, what would they learn that applies beyond wrestling?
Beyond wrestling, they would learn as Miami Sweet Heat. First of all, we're the top in the tag team game, but I think qualities of us is that we're tough. We keep going. We work off each other in life too. Like even in life, and it's the same thing in the ring, is you balance off each other. Wouldn't you say, Laura?
Yeah, I agree. Another passion of us, a lot of people don't know about, we love animals. So currently, we have cats that we take care of that.
Oh, nice.
We're big animal people, yeah. Empaths for animals, yeah. That's a dream of ours down the road.
In the future, we'd like to own a cat sanctuary and hospice center. So a lot of people don't know that about us. We're huge animal lovers, and
nice.
Then eventually we'd like to start our own cat sanctuary, shelter, adoption center.
Nice. Another business to balance.
Yeah, another business.
We got the health.
But that's after wrestling.
And I think working in healthcare too, for Laura and I, is very humbling, because you get to see people that can't walk, they can't feed themselves, they can't do daily tasks, and here we are, so blessed to be able to be in a ring and do what we do. And so it makes you feel that much more grateful. And
we're our daily jobs are teaching people how to after a stroke, how to eat again, how to dress again. So, every day when, during the week when I get to go to the gym or I get to go train, I say, instead of say, I have to do this, I get to do this. Like, I'm blessed. Right. I can walk, I can move. Like, I think so being in healthcare, you just have that perspective that you just feel blessed.
So that is what sets Miami Sweet Heat us above. We're humble, and we know that, this is a blessing, and we get to do this, and we get to be better. And I think that's just going to continue to elevate us.
And then the last question for those folks who, either haven't tuned into WOW, or they haven't tuned into WOW for a minute. Why should folks check out WOW?
WOW, I think everybody should check into WOW. It's an awesome, we're on national syndication. We're an all women's promotion. We have all walks of life, from women, different ethnicities, different cultures.
And I think the characters are larger than life. I mean, we have Animal Instinct, what are the Chainsaw. I mean, the characters are just above and beyond. And I think that's what, a little sets apart from other promotions, is the big characters. And the storylines.
In my opinion, I think we have some of the best women's wrestlers in the world as well. So I think everybody should tune in, and it's very kid friendly,
family friendly
as well.
Okay. Last question before we get out of here. I mean, you have you guys and Penelope Pink. That sounds like a trios to me. So do you guys have your eyes set on the trios championship?
Listen, we're always looking for the next championship, the next gold to have on our waist, because we're the greatest thing going in WOW right now.
Why not?
Why not? I think that's definitely something in the future. I know Penelope's focused on holding on to that championship, and we're focused on holding on to the tag titles.
But in the future,
and why not? We'll take over.
We'll take
as we already are. So I think that we would definitely win those trios titles. Give us a shot, David.
There it is. With that being said, where can everybody find you?
You can find us, go to WOWE.com, type in your zip code, and it'll pull up the channel in your area that we're on. So,
And we now have merch.
and if you shop, there's a shop it's on the website too, shopwow.com. You can get your Miami Sweet Heat merch. We're the
Swag.
we're the top sellers. So get you some WOW merch and watch us every weekend.
There's it. And what about y'all's social media?
Social media, of course, we're WOW Miami Sweet Heat. You can follow the WOW superheroes on every platform now.
YouTube.
And we also have a podcast. So you can follow that.
Official WOW podcast.
Official WOW podcast. So tune in.
Thank you so much.
Yes.
Thank you, Miami Sweet Heat. Thank you guys so much for watching Women's Wrestling Talk, the #1 women's wrestling show on the planet. Ciao for now.
Thanks for joining WWT. Don't forget to like us on all social media platforms at WW Talk Pod. Like and subscribe on all video and audio platforms, like yesterday, my G. And check out our website at www.talkpod.com. Thanks for watching Women's Wrestling Talk, the #1 women's wrestling network on the planet.